Good evening, Zimbabwe. Welcome to another episode of Kerina Live. My name is Kerina Mojati, your favorite comrade sister. Thank you for the subscription. Thank you for the following on X, Facebook, and Instagram. Remember to click the bell button so that you'll be the first one to be notified whenever I've done a live. And also remember to like and also to share. So once again, welcome to this episode. In this episode, I just want to play this audio whereby I'll speak afterwards.
Constituency 210 constituencies times 2 404 my sewing machines.
I hope you have all heard that. That was Mabel Chinomona. That was Mabel Chinomona there, who was talking to the fellow women. So, dear Zimbabweans, here we are once again. And it is a pity that a person like Mabel Chinomona thinks that he is what Zimbabwe deserves. And as you clearly heard Mabel Chinomona, she said in Zimbabwe, we've got 210 constituencies. On those 210 constituencies, them, Mabel Chinomona, and Echikomba, Emmerson Mnangagwa, and the other persuaders, Mabishu for ED, Zigananda for ED, they donated 2 sewing machines in each constituency. And when Mabel Chinomona, like I've said in my previous videos, Mabel Chinomona does not connect his tongue, his brains, and she doesn't listen to what she's saying. All she'll be doing is jabbering. She's too emotional. She lacks substance. So maybe Mabel Chinomona was trying to show us that, like I said, that the war veterans, they've disclosed it to me. Most war veterans, they've disclosed to me that Mabel Chinomona, when they came back from the liberation struggle, all women, everyone, like any freedom fighter, they were offered opportunities to go back to do their education. Those ones who were educated were offered jobs. And Mabel Chinomona refused. She refused. Instead, she chose the thigh vending profession so that she can be a vendor of her thighs to Emmerson or any, they call Mashefu in ZANU-PF. That is Mabel Chinomona. So my dear people, you heard Mabel Chinomona say 210 times 2 equals to 404. The only 404 I used to is when a computer server cannot respond, and then you see that error 404. That's the 404 I'm used to, because I'm used to working with IT and everything. Not somebody who is failing to do simple mathematics for grade 1, even for those who are still in foundation. They can still do the 210 times 2. Is it? Yeah, 210 constituencies times 2 is 420 sewing machines. Zimbabwe, do you know how many citizens, people are in each constituency? You correct me, but from my figures, I think in a constituency, it's between 45 to 50,000 in a constituency. There might be some smaller constituents, but I think the average is between 45 to 50,000. Unless they want to tell us that when they do the votes, they'll be rigging or whatever. Then they would have exposed themselves, because a normal constituency is about 45 to 50,000 residents. So now, Mabel Chinomona, I want to ask you. You can't do simple mathematics. Simple mathematics for kindergarten, you can't do it. And then you've got the audacity to be standing in front of us, rambling, telling us that we should accept your Chikomba's extension for the extra 2 years. There should be no elections, so that we can put up with your incompetence and your illiterates. We are not going to be doing that. And can you imagine? She doesn't listen to herself. She can't even correct herself. She found 210 times 2 is 404. Maybe Mabel Chinomona Shakaita, what she did when she was doing her maths, she said 20. It's not even making sense anymore, because it's 210 times 2. So I don't know how she managed to get that computer error for a server 404. It shows us that in Emmerson Monanga government, all the servers under Emmerson Monanga government, in every institute, every server in that institution is got an error 404. We all know that. Those who are used to using computers, you have seen at some point an error server 404. So Mabel Chinomona, she has just confirmed what all us Zimbabweans have been saying, that Emmerson Mnangagwa's government is full of people who are incompetent, who've got fake degrees, fake PhDs, but mere thieves, armed robbers, prostitutes. Those are at the helm of Zimbabwe. So Mabel Chinomona, today, I myself, Kerina Mjat, I would like you to listen to this. Not long now, that sun you said is not going to rise. What another sun is shining? I'm sorry. There's going to be another sunshine which is going to rise, whether you like it or you don't like it, and it's only a matter of time, and I can reassure you this. So now Mabel Chinomona, in a constituent with more than maybe 45,000, with the 2 sewing machines, and I was told that is those manual ones, those small black ones with the, you know, the Rhodesian ones, the singer ones, those old, that one, a manual one. And then I'm looking at I was just thinking, looking at like growing up at my parents' house. At my parents' house, within a radius of 1 mile, which is 1 mile, maybe let's just say within a radius of 2 kilometers, my mother's house, yeah. I grew up in Shitungwiza, in Zengeza, yeah. There's Tangenamo Primary School there on Ingwe Drive. There is Mberi School there at the corner of Ingwe Drive, and that one which goes straight past Zengeza. Zengeza, from Zengeza 1, Zengeza 5, up to Zengeza 3, there's Mberi. Then from Mberi, in there's Zengeza High 1. Then we turn down Chatambuza Drive. There, just behind the St. Mary's Cemetery, there's Zengeza 2 High School. Then we go towards New Zengeza 5. They start becoming the primary school. 5 schools. 3 primary schools and 2 secondary schools. Zengeza 1 is got up to A level, so which means they've got more than 2,000 students there. Tangenamo, I'm sure there are more than 1,000 students there. Mberi, the same. Zengeza 2, the same. Tadzikam is the same. And then we can even cross over again behind the Zengeza 1 high school, and the Mberi, there is Zengeza 4 primary school. And then if I want again to cross over, because I'm within the radius of 2 kilometers from each point, from each school, then we can go on Umbarume Street there. There's Shingai Primary School. And then we cross from Shingai Primary School. We can even cross over as if we are going to Bumuzo. There's Zengeza Main. And these are all coordinating within a 2-kilometer radius. And then from Zengeza Main, we've got Chaminuka there. And then from Shingai, we go to Zengeza 7. How many schools have I counted? Zengeza 7, Shingai, Zengeza Main, St. Mary's, Zengeza I1, Mberi, Zengeza 4, Zengeza I1, no, Zengeza I1, Zengeza I2, Tangenamo, Mberi, Zengeza 4 primary, Tadzika Midzi, Zengeza 7, Shingai, Zengeza Main, Chaminuka. Then we cross over from Zengeza 7. This is within a 2-kilometer radius. I'm just telling you of what I know. We've got St. Mary's Anglican. It's a secondary, and they've got St. Mary's Primary School. Those are 12 schools within a 2-kilometer radius. That is where, without even going to Zengeza 4, also within the same radius again, there's Zengeza 5 primary school, and there is Zengeza High 3 across there. How many schools? These are 14 schools within a short radius, and they have two manual sewing machines, and we are talking about thousands. And Mabel Chinomona is saying that these sewing machines are specifically for ZANU-PF women. So, does it mean that Zimbabweans are now going to be left at the mercy of being a ZANU-PF member? And not every ZANU-PF member is going to be a beneficiary. There are those bootlickers who are sent to do dirty. They are the ones who will be bribed maybe a week or two, come and sew this one, come and sew this one. And mind you, these people, they are not professional tailors. They are not trained. You still remember their bakery at ZANU-PF, whereby they did Muchimbakiwa, their oven and everything. They are taking us for fools, Mabel Chinomona. And who is going to buy those uniforms? Who is going to? They destroyed everything. Emmerson got destroyed NB. NB used to sew uniform for the whole country. Nicely sewn uniforms for every school. But now we see children in Zimbabwe wearing these funny shapeless uniforms. You want to turn our people to clowns. It will not happen. And I can reassure you, Mabel Chinomona, you are an empty head. Not just an empty head. You are illiterate. But it's not too late. You can still go to night school, since you are obsessed with power. Yet you've got nothing to offer to the country. So, my dear, you and your Chikomba and your Chikomba's other concubines will be clapping hands for you. Your time is up. And very soon you'll be kicked out. So, my dear, no matter how much with that your face, that one, I don't even know whether we should refer you as she, yeah, or them. Because your face is too tricky. We don't understand whether... I don't even understand you, because... And you should be mindful as well when you are speaking in front of people. And remember, there are children out there who see you. It's not just your ugly words. It's also about the ugliness, about everything about you. People, they don't need to be scared so that they can refer you as a leader. And you know that your picture whereby you were sitting, I think maybe Ziambi. I think Ziambi is better looking than you, Mabel Chinomona. That image which is doing rounds on social media, especially on X, and people they're just putting it there. And I think you are sitting with two men. I think the other one is Ziambi. I don't know the other chap, and there's someone there. But the men, they look prettier than yourself. So, my dear, you might not have the very best looking features, and it does not make you that you should also have a very bad and evil character. Emmerson Mnangagwa is going. As we also was it in Namibia, people were speaking to Ramaphosa, they were speaking to everyone. And it's like Emmerson Mnangagwa, it was like everyone was treating him like he's got measles, maperembudzi. He was a loner, and poor Ramaphosa, he had to put up with this thieving body. Emmerson Mnangagwa, he even tried to stand up. He even tried to put down that a scarf, maybe trying to think that the scarf will give him more power so that he can be recognized. Poor old Mnangagwa, he had to sit down with shame. That's how useless you are. No one respects you because you are a thief. And I think in Namibia, they don't like you because they know you are a thug. You even tried just before the coup. You even tried to go there with one of your stolen property of an aeroplane, where you wanted to bribe the Namibian president then, so that they will register that your plane into Namibian registration to fool the Zimbabwe government. You are a thief, a rotten thief. That's why those Namibians, they just looked at you like a diseased man, because they know you are a thief. How could you want to spread your corruption all over? You want to spread your corruption all over. And the Namibians, they dealt with you. They refused to register that your plane. And we will see where that plane is registered, because all the time you're flying out and you say it's a chartered plane, whereby we all know that it is your plane. You tried to register it in Namibia. Bloody thieving old man who is shameless. And also on that, I was so happy, every Zimbabwean was so happy that at the funeral they showed you, all other leaders showed you that you are not worth respecting. And the only person who could just uh, try was Ramaphosa, poor Ramaphosa, being associated with that thug. And the other thing is that we saw a picture as well of Sanyatwe at Scotland Football Club with Scott Sakupkanya. And Sanyatwe is disguised in this like he is Kwakazi cowboy hat or something, and the hat is like in his eyes. It's like he's disguising himself. It's like Sanyatwe doesn't want to be identified that it is him. But some of us, yeah, we have to zoom it and we have to look at it, and we saw you. So if you know Sanyatwe that being associated with Wikino is a bad thing, and you have to use that yet to disguise yourself, why were you there? And we are hearing that Scott Sampanya is moving around and saying that you Sanyatwe, you are in his pocket. Scott Sampanya is bragging that you are in his pocket. We do not care whether you are in Emmerson Mnangagwa's pocket, whether you are in Kudata Gwire's pocket, whether you are in Valerius Banda's pocket, whether you are in his Chigananda Wikino's pocket, whether you are in Scott Sakupanya's pocket, whether you are in Billy's pocket. We do not care, because whether you or no, or whether you and the Valeros Banda decide to work against the people, we definitely know that Emmerson Mnangagwa is going. With you or without you, Emmerson Mnangagwa is going. And there's nothing that is going to save Emmerson Mnangagwa. So it is a pity that somebody who is in the army, who is supposed to be defending our constitution, you are also equally supporting the Looters Club of Scott Sakupkanya. We saw you, I zoomed the picture, and it is you, Sanyatwe, disguising yourself in that like Mtwakazi cowboy hat. We saw you. And one will wonder, why were you gracing that Scotland FC thing? Like who? What were your interests there? What are your interests in Scotland Football Club? So, Sanyatwe, which side are you on? Are you Chigananda or for the people? But at the end of the day, you are not going to betray the people of Zimbabwe once again like you did on Mugabe's time. This time the people will stand for themselves, and the victory is for the people. It's not victory for Emmerson Mnangagwa and these thugs. So Once again, back to you, Mabel Chinomona. As delusional as you are, there is no way our people will be reduced to be using a manual, old singer, a sewing machine, whilst you are looting gold, diamonds, platinum, chrome. There's no way our people are going to settle to be beggars. It will not work. Why don't you do the sewing, you and your other Emmerson Mnangagwa's concubines? Why are you not the one setting up that sewing club? It's a sewing club because it's not productive. How can you give people 2 sewing machines in a constituent of 50,000 and then you are telling us that it's only for ZANU-PF? You want to discriminate people. It's not going to work. Emmerson Mnangagwa has divided the country, and Zimbabwe belongs to everyone who lives in it, as long as they are law-abiding citizens who are not looters like your crew. Every Zimbabwean has a right to realize and reach their full potential. And every Zimbabwean has a right of also accessing any services through equal opportunities. We are not going to allow you people to reduce our people to mere beggars and bootlickers. We are not going to allow you people to reduce our Zimbabwe, taking it back to the 1890s. We are not doing that. Emmerson Mnangagwa must go, and going out he must. We do not care how much you think your chickens, your sewing machines, all this nonsense you are preaching, we do not care. You can stuff those chickens and those sewing machines up wherever, down your throat. That's not what Zimbabweans, those who have fallen, they did not die for Emmerson Mnangagwa. And mahure ake akafanana newe Mabel Chinomona, to have it on a silver platter, whilst the people of Zimbabwe are living in abject poverty. So, my dear, thank you for confirming Saver 404 error on Emmerson Mnangagwa's government. And I can reassure you that we have the best antiviral, we've got the best antiviral for Emmerson Mnangagwa. And definitely Emmerson Mnangagwa's 404 error saver is going to be deleted and reset on every institution. We are going to delete error 404, and we are going to have clean servers whereby they are fully functioning, they are fit for purpose, they are competitive, they are accountable to the people of Zimbabwe. And we are saying to the bug era 404 called Emmerson Mnangagwa, your time is up, and surely, and all your 404 servers, the Mabel Chinomonas, we are going to clean you out of our servers as a system in Zimbabwe. So, my dear people, I remember that a new Zimbabwe is coming. And Mabel Chinomona, because your Chikomba promised you that you can be the female vice president to replace Chiwenga, my dear, we cannot have an illiterate like you. You need to be taken maybe for assessment. You are not. I don't know what sort of assessment you need, because something is not right with your brains. You understand me? So though when Chikomba chako pachino chichikunyepera paipa kuti you are going to be the vice president, just know that Mabel Chinomona, that Kerina Mjadi says it can't, it will never happen. As long as some of us are living, it will never happen. It's just a fallacy. It's not feasible, and it can't. Simple. We want to take you out. So Mbuya Mabel Chinomona, respect the people of Zimbabwe. And if we hear you again insulting Chiwenga indirectly, Know what is coming your way. You've been over massaged your ego for a long time. Know what's coming your way. When you attack Chiwenga, you attack anyone who is talking about corruption, and that Emmerson Mnangagwa cannot continue what he is doing on Zimbabwe. And then you think with your big mouth and your physique, you are going to scare us. We are not scared. So my dear, thank you Zimbabwe for tuning in, and we all know that Mabel Chinomona zidofo chinozikanwa hapana. So thank you Zimbabwe for tuning in. Have a very pleasant Thursday evening. Good night.